guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's a full day of eating because I like my menu this week and so I wanted to share it. It's yummy, so stay tuned. Well, you guys, it's a full day of eating, so I guess liquids counts too. I decided to come to Starbucks and sit outside for like 5 minutes just because it's such a beautiful day and there was so long that these tables were roped off and we couldn't sit out here. So, but what I did do, because when I am cutting, I'm a little more careful. So I'm getting an Americano sweetened with sugar-free cinnamon dolce. I'll show you guys the drink. My husband went to get them inside right now. But I also packed my nut pods. This is 2 tablespoons of sugar-free cinnamon dolce nut pods. It is so good. It's only 20 calories, and so I'll dump this in and have a nice little treat.
Did you ever stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready?
All right, you guys, first up is, I think the same thing I had last week. I'm not sure, but Faye, and I like to get these Faye 0% that are already pre-measured just because it saves me some time. But it's cheaper if you get like the big container, and Costco has the big container, but this is exactly 1 serving, so I like doing it this way. And then I'm going to just pop it into a bowl because I add toppings, so. And when you first put it into a bowl, it's kind of stiff. And I don't know if you guys realize this about Faye, but if you mix it, it gets really creamy and will kind of thin out very easily. So it gets a different consistency when you mix it. So that's another reason why it's good to take it out of the container and like put it into a bowl. I put 1 dropper full of vanilla cream stevia. Ooh, we're almost out. And then that will help the consistency of this also. And then I just mix it in. It also takes that like tart flavor away. And then I just add some berries. So I put the scale, I get my scale, and I've got berries in here. I'll do strawberries or whatever I have, and I've got washed blueberries and raspberries in here. So I do 25 grams of berries. And the best part, I'll take the bowl off of the scale and I'm going to put this on the scale. This is Snap Crackle Crunch American Dream Nut Butter. They're stevia sweetened. Absolutely delicious, you guys. Like beyond delicious. And I'll put it on the scale and I tare the scale and I only do 1 tablespoon. So I do 14 grams. So you just take out enough to where the scale will then say -14. And so there's my spoonful, and I'll just plop that spoon right into my yogurt bowl and eat it like that. So that is meal number 1. It is so delicious, you guys. If you have not tried these nut butters, I'll link this down below. My daughter also did a review, so if you haven't checked that out, I highly recommend checking that out. Also, before we go any further, I'd really appreciate it if you guys subscribe to my channel. Also, like this video, comment below. It really does help support my channel, and I really do appreciate all of the support. I love sharing all of this stuff for you guys on YouTube, and it just helps me with the people over at YouTube when I have a lot of engagement, so I'd really appreciate that. And now I'm gonna go enjoy this food, and we'll stay tuned because we'll show you what's up next.
Let me be honest, I don't know a single thing that I haven't done to make you notice me. Let me be real here. When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and waiting around.
All right, you guys, I'm a little cold, so I put my robe back on, but nothing fancy. I've got my ½ cup of egg whites just with like some seasoning on there, and then I've got the yogurt, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat that. I also have my water, and if you watched my favorites video, if you haven't, then you need to watch it. I will link it up here, but I talked about this water jug. I'm absolutely loving it. It's 50 ounces, and it's really helping me hit my water target. I basically fill it up like 3 times a day, and I'm getting in about a gallon of water a day with this thing. It just makes it so much easier because I don't have to refill it so often. While I let my eggs cool down, I do want to go over my supplement routine while cutting, just because it does kind of change when I'm cutting, and I get that request so much. People want to know what I'm taking and why, and so I'll just kind of go over it. So first thing in the morning, I take probiotics, and I will link everything that I take down below, but I'm using Inno supps probiotic, and I like that one because it also has digestive enzymes in it. And it's really been keeping me nice and regular and flat tummy, which I love. And then I also take a fat burner. I only take a fat burner when I'm cutting. I don't do that very often. And what it does for me is it helps me curb my appetite, because obviously when I go into a cut, my body is not used to those deficit calories. So it's a little harder. It's a little harder to stay on track and not have cravings. So the fat burner helps with that. And number 2, it also helps me kind of like ramp up my cardio a little bit. So I'm hitting my cardio a little harder, so therefore burning a little more calories and helping me along with that caloric deficit. So I'm also, right now, I am taking the fat burner from Inno supps. So I will link that one down below as well. Before this one, I was taking All Max Rapid Cuts. Kind of the same thing. They all kind of do the same thing for me. But what they do for me is they help me to ramp up my cardio and curb my appetite. That's why I take them. They don't melt your fat. They're not a magic pill. They don't speed up your results, but they do just make the process of being in a caloric deficit a little bit easier, at least for me. But everyone's kind of different. Okay, so with my first meal, I will take some additional supplements. I will take a fish oil, a CoQ10, magnesium and zinc, and a digestive enzyme. So that is all I take with my first meal. So after the probiotic and the fat burner, I also do a scoop of BCAAs and 5 milligrams of creatine. I do that usually before my weight training, but you can honestly have that at any time of day. I talked about this in a previous video, but creatine helps with that pump and helps pull water into your muscle just to kind of push you a little harder in the gym. And BCAAs gives you that assistance with recovery, which is so necessary when you've got a really good, consistent resistance training program going on. I also take a tablespoon of Lcarnitine, and I also use VolCarn from Inno supps as well. And Lcarnitine, what I do, I take that before fasted cardio, and the thought process behind Lcarnitine is that it helps to free up fatty acids to be burned as energy. And the whole point of doing low intensity cardio, which is what I do, is so that my body will burn fat and not glycogen, because as soon as you ramp up your heart rate faster, your body kind of goes into a glycogen burning mode. So the theory is that L-carnitine helps to free up those stored body fats so that they can more easily be burned as energy during a low intensity cardio workout. Whether that's true or not, I don't really know, guys. But when I'm in a cut, I like to do all the things just in case they'll give me a little edge. Do I honestly believe that it's making the L-carnitine is probably making a significant difference? I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't tell you honestly if I think that there would be a significant difference if I taken it versus not taking it. But just on the off chance that it might be giving me a little edge, I take it because it's not super expensive, and I don't always take it. Like I said, something like L-carnitine and the fat burner are things that I add during a cut only. Everything else I'll take all the time. But that's it. This is my Built Boost vitamin powder that I drink in my water. I drink one of those a day, and that's kind of in lieu of taking a multivitamin. There's no calories in it or anything like that, but this is the Ruby Red, and I love it. So good, so refreshing. All right, so now I have some tilapia. This is from Costco. It's the tilapia loins. It comes pre-weighed, pre-packaged. This is like 110 calories for the fillet. I just pop it on some foil, add some seasonings, and put it into the air fryer. All right, you guys, here I've got cabbage with my cilantro lime dressing and the piece of tilapia. It's basically like a fish taco without a tortilla. And it's really, really yummy. Popping the macros for this up on the screen. All right, guys, so next up is ground chicken. So I pre-make my proteins for the week usually. And I got Apollo. I got a spectator. And because it just makes it easier when I go to put together my food. So I made this yesterday. It's ground chicken, and I'm just gonna measure out 4 ounces and air fry it. And it's already cooked, but I like to air fry it again because I like it nice and crispy. I like to season it, spray it, and air fry it, and it's so good.
I spend too much time just getting ready. Let me be honest, I don't know a single thing that I haven't done to make you notice me. Let me be real here. When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and
All right, you guys, so I'm putting together a little taco salad, and I'm gonna use Siete almond flour tortillas. I love the flavor of these for this reason. They taste very flaky when you toast them. And so we're gonna toast it because we're gonna do like a hard shell tostada style salad. And so I've got my tortilla. I'm actually going to use a teaspoon of this light butter. I use the light butter just because it's a little more macro friendly. So I'm just gonna toast this on the stove and use this as the shell for my salad.
When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a shame that my hands start shaking all of the time when you're around me. But this time, girl, I know what's bothering me. I need somebody to love. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Don't you see what's wrong with me? I need somebody to love. Oh, oh, nah, nah. I don't know what I could say to convince you to hang around when you don't have to. There's so much that I'm still keeping to myself, 'cause you don't listen, babe. But still you got me missing you. When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a shame that my hands start shaking all of the time when you're around me. But this time.
All right, you guys, here it is. It's like a tostada salad, I would say. It's hard to tell, obviously, but the shell, when it cools, it gets crispy. As you can see, it's like a tostada shell, and you can crack it, and it'll add crunch to the salad, and it's like the best flavor because it's got that little bit of butter in it, and this is just like my go-to this week, and I've been absolutely loving this. Macros are up on the screen. Excellent macros. Look at all those colors. Nutritious, delicious. And I'll also throw on a couple of popcorners for good measure. I mean, why not, right? A few popcorners isn't gonna hurt anyone. All right, guys, a little snack time. These mini cones are so good. Home babe. Cheers. I love these. 70 calories, Trader Joe's. right, guys, I realize I am in pajamas and it's still light outside. Don't judge me. I'm exhausted. I've been up since 5 a.m. and I had a super busy day. So normally I don't have all my snacks together, but that's just the way this day worked out. So I'm gonna have the rest of my meal plan today kind of all at once before bed. So I've got a rice cake, and then I've got the American Dream nut butter. I'm gonna do a tablespoon of that on my rice cake. By the way, when you measure nut butter, just put the whole jar on top of the scale, and then you tare it to 0, and then you just pull out enough. I want 14 grams, so until it says -14. And then I just put it on the rice cake. This nut butter is so good. It has like chunks in it. Chunks of like Oreo chunks. It has really good macros, good amount of protein. All right. So that is one snack. Sometimes my days just work out like this, and it's okay, it doesn't matter. Timing of your food really does not matter. You do not have to worry about timing. All right, the next thing I am having is a Built Bar, and I'm gonna have a coconut. This is one of their base flavors, and a lot of times I get people asking me, because they do a lot of limited edition stuff that's only available sometimes, but out of their like staple flavors, what are my favorites? And it's coconut and cookies and cream are my favorites, and they have the macros only 130 calories for this, 17 grams of protein. So I love that. I have a code for Built Bar, you guys. I have one Built Bar every single day, no matter what. Highly recommend. So good. And then I'm also gonna have frozen raspberries. These are organic frozen raspberries from Trader Joe's. Such a good snack. It tastes like you're eating like a sour candy. They taste sour. And so I do a 1/3 cup of frozen raspberries and my Built Bar. And you guys, that wraps up a full day of eating for me. Such a delicious day. I can't believe that all of that fit into my macros. My cut is going amazing. It's working. I feel leaner and tighter already. It has only been 10 days. Today is day 10 or 11. And I'm on track, on target. I haven't weighed myself since Saturday, so my cheat day vlog, which I'll log up here, I posted. That was the last time I weighed myself. I will only weigh myself once a week. So, but I don't really care, honestly, because the way I feel just really good. I feel like I'm definitely making progress, and this cut has been very effective because large in part to the fact that I had done a reverse diet before gaining the 4 pounds, and so I reverse dieted myself up so high that my body is responding very, very well to this cut. So I will not be cutting for very long, but I will document the process for you guys. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that bell to be notified. Also, I really appreciate a comment, a like. It really does help my channel out. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We will see you on the next one.